Welcome to my prenatal yoga class. I'm so happy that you guys could join today. I'm really looking forward to sharing some things with you that I hope will help ease your pregnancy, help you to deal with anxiety, with stress, with muscle tension, anything that you can do to help you really have joy in the whole experience of your pregnancy. So with that, let's begin here. I'd like to start out by showing you a few things that you might do to help you with lower back tension and discomfort that you might have during the day. If you think about flexing a muscle all the time, just constantly holding it in a flexing position, carrying a weight, how would you feel after an hour? Exhausted. And you're creating a lot of pressure on your lower back with this weight that you're carrying. It's a new balance center that you haven't had before, and so it's pulling you in different ways, and you're just walking around and sitting all day carrying this weight. So what if you change your center of balance slightly throughout the day? What if every hour you did something to change your direction so that that weight is distributed differently, so that some different muscles are carrying the load? So I would invite you to use your phone or your watch or something to set a bell of mindfulness of every hour or half hour, whatever it is that you end up needing, to remind you to be mindful of your body and to change your position. So breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply would be something that you would want to do with these posture changes. And you might want to attach a word like, I let go, I relax, I am in this moment, and maybe send a message to your baby of love and connection and something that you need at that moment. So here's some suggestions that I have for you. You always have a wall somewhere that you could work with. What if you come to your wall and you remember to keep in a neutral spine whenever you start one of these things. So you're here, you step forward and change the weight, and now you're putting your weight on your shoulders instead of your lower back. So you're creating a balance here that's just a bit different. And you inhale and you exhale and you just change things up. Maybe you use your legs heel toe out and you just squat down. Every time you have your legs like this, you're strengthening your pelvic floor. So you can hang out like this and tuck or push your pelvis forward or back and just change the angle a little bit. Coming back, walk your shoulders up the wall, heel toe back, and then push yourself into that neutral spine again so that you're not using abdominal muscles. You could also go to the side, put the weight on the side, walk your feet out. You could actually walk your knees to change some of that angle up as well. Maybe you just want to hang out like this for a while. Maybe you want to just reach your arm all the way up and touch the wall, bringing that rib cage off of the baby, and just breathe for a few moments. These are all things that you don't have to do very long. But as I come out of this, I'm going to put my foot next to the wall. I'm going to push up to get myself back up. So not doing any twisting and not using my abs. Again, turn away. Your hands can be up high, and you can just shift your weight down. Walk your hands down the wall to whatever level is comfortable and relieving to you. So there's some ways you could use the wall to alleviate some back discomfort. And by the end of the day, if you're just doing one thing every hour to change things up, it could really make a difference. Maybe you're just standing and you're gonna just sway your hips around for a minute, maybe both directions. You're gonna mix things up. Going into using the wall again as support. If you go down into the garland pose and lean against the wall, get as far as is comfortable. That may feel really great. It's a great preparation for childbirth. A lot of women have given birth in this position, but now you might be kind of stuck. So what do? Push off the wall, bring one knee down, come onto your knees. All right, and then you can use a nearby piece of furniture or chair and help yourself to get up like that. So that would be a safe way. Speaking of chairs, use your furniture to help create some relief for your back. You could just lean over, put a pillow, prop yourself on the back of the chair. On the side, you can just hold on back and forth, giving some relief at whatever level of the chair feels good to you. So you can sit in the chair, and your yoga block is your big friend, and I recommend you use it with a pillow to give your back support. Again, as you lean back, you're putting some weight on your shoulders, yet with the yoga block and the pillow, you're creating some pressure where you can support your back and get a little relief that way. Also, sitting in the chair, let's not forget about legs. Hold on to your chair for support. Just lift a leg up during the day to help with swelling and preventing that. You could take your yoga block and just put one foot up and switch it while you're working at your computer. Change things up. You could, there's 3 different levels that you can put that yoga block on, and you could also use it to just support you as you lean forward, wide legs, to give that back a little more relief. So my main point for you to help you with your back by the end of the day is change up your posture, get the weight off the same muscles, and do that regularly throughout the day. Use your breath and use your mantras to help you find peace as you go. All right, now we're ready to start the actual flow that you came for. I'd like to ask you to remember that whatever you have to offer is enough today. Yesterday you might have been able to bend clear down here. Today it might be here. It doesn't matter. You're just here and you're tuning into your body so that you can maximize your time and you can feel the best that you can. So there's no judgment, no expectations. You just come and see what you've got. And we don't need to compare with ourselves or others at all. So to begin today, I'd like to start on the mat. Always recommending that you have a blanket to sit on. You could use a pillow or a block. And we'll just get into this beginning easy pose. Your legs are a comfortable distance apart. And I'd like you to settle into your sits bones and find this balanced position. With an inhalation, bring your arms up above your head, and you are lifting those ribs up off the baby, and maybe you want to sway just a little bit here. And then exhale as you bring your arms down, keeping those ribs lifted as you go. Let's inhale up again. And exhale a little bit side to side just to get us warmed up. And And exhale those arms down again. And one more time. Here we go. And now we'll just drop your left arm all the way down here. Uh-oh. Don't know what happened. Okay, we'll put a pause here. Are you still there?
Yep.
So sorry.
Somebody else trying to get in?
I don't know. No, that was just a phone call. Okay, here we go. Up all the way. And we're gonna drop our left arm down to the mat and lean as we exhale. And then inhale as you switch arms. And exhale as you stretch a little farther. Inhale both arms up. And exhale. And one more time. And exhale through your nose as you go. Now let's just, now that we're kind of started and warmed up, if you just bring your hands into prayer for a moment, pose and close your eyes. And just tune in to the fact that you're here and that you're going to be mindful of your body, of each cell, or each bone or muscle, however deep you want to get. And be grateful for the time that you are spending, giving yourself some care today. Like flexibility, and that isn't just in your body but in your mind. So maybe things aren't going to go exactly as you plan today or any day, but with flexibility we can just let it go, breathe it out, accept the way things are, and move on. Gratitude, we'll just begin to move on into whatever is coming. Okay, open your eyes, and we're going to just change things up a little bit by twisting slightly with your hand on your opposite knee. Remembering that we're going to keep our pelvis, our baby forward. We're not going to twist in that area of the body at all. Just through the shoulders. You can pull this shoulder back as you open your chest and turn your head, inhaling as you go. And exhaling, hold the pose, mouth the breath. Inhale and then exhale back to the center. We'll repeat on the other side. Drop your other hand to the mat. And inhale as you pull your shoulder back. And exhale in that position. Inhale back to center. We'll just do that one more time. At your own pace. Draw that shoulder back. Keep that belly forward. Exhale to the center. And repeat on the other side. So we've done 4 stretches of our spine area, and we'll do 2 more. If you put your hands back behind your waist, we're just going to give a backward back bend kind of thing, looking up at the ceiling, opening up the chest, breathing deeply, in and out, and then slowly bring your chin back to your chest and rock your fingertips up, walk your hands forward, and stretch your hands out a bit in front of you. And if your legs are in your way of your belly, open your legs up and just walk down. Dropping your head, looking at the ground. Maybe you want to bring chest as you breathe in. And notice how the back feels, how the spine is feeling, the base, lumbar, and the base of your spine. And just walk your hands on up. Very good. Let's bring our one foot to the side, and we're going to come on to our knees and get ready to stand. Walk your hands back a little bit, and then pull and push up onto your toes, and bring yourself carefully up. Ready to go. I thought since it's morning we'd do a little bit of an energetic flow, and I'd show you some sun salutations that are modified for pregnancy. We'll first inhale up. Lift that rib cage up again and bring the hands down. Notice where your feet are. They should be a little wider than your shoulders, or at least at your shoulders. So we have great stability here with this added weight that we've got going on. Soften your knees, wiggle your toes too. Make sure we're grounded into the floor and the shoulders are down. One more inhalation up. We'll exhale and forward fold down. Reaching out. And here you stop wherever you're comfortable and just put your hands above your knees and look at the floor, creating a flat back. And then pushing your feet down into the mat, maybe bending your knees slightly. Come back up to an upward salute. And then I'm going to turn sideways, so I'm facing the short edge of the mat. For our sun salutation next phase, instead of jumping into warrior two, we're just going to step back, maybe 3 feet or so. We've got our front leg facing the short edge of the mat. The back foot is angled slightly forward, and we've got our heel and arch lined up. So hips are facing forward, but not severely forward, just a comfortable forward, lifting your arms up and bending that front knee. Take an inhalation, nice deep breath, and let it out. And then one more time. Adjust that back foot so it's pointing the long edge of the mat. And here we are in our warrior two. You might want to adjust your foot out a little bit. We don't want our knee over the toe. But you can have whatever angle you want. You don't have to go deep. Make sure your arms are even. Just check the front and the back. Now let's breathe in nice and deeply. Exhale. And one more breath in that position. And going into a reverse warrior, we drop our back hand down, and we're going to bring our palm up. So inhaling as we go, creating a nice long stretch through the waist, up the arm. And again, this is your practice, so only go as deep as is helpful and comfortable, keeping your legs nice and firm and solid on the mat and your feet dug into the mat. Let's take one more inhalation and then exhale back into that warrior two position. If your legs are getting tired, you can certainly give a little break here by straightening it out. But we are going to go into an extended side angle by bringing our forearm on that bent leg. Inhaling as you bring the other arm over. And what we're trying to do here is create a straight line from your heel all the way up the side of your body, and your arm creates a long legs, feet grounded in the mat. Breathing deeply, opening up that side area, opening up those hips and chest. Now let's inhale up, back into the warrior two position, and then we'll straighten your leg, and we'll go into a little triangle pose. So with your foot pointed the short edge of the mat, leaning forward straight out and breathing in. And then as soon as you can't go any farther, then just drop that hand down and lift the arm. You do not have to have your hand down at your ankle or any specific place on your leg. What you want is a straight line coming up with your chest. Your shoulders are stacked. You're not tipped like this. So wherever your hand needs to be, you put it there so that your shoulders are stacked on top. Your chest is wide open. Your hips are open. One more breath here. And then we'll come on out. Bend your knee as you come out. We'll go heel toe back to our mountain pose. Inhale up. And exhale, forward fold to whatever point you want to go to. And just take a breath here. Notice how your back feels. And then we'll inhale up again. And turn to the other short edge of the mat. And use your other foot now to step back. Your left foot. And you might want to adjust your front foot or your back foot to get it to the place you want. And we're just going to hold our warrior one. Noticing our hips are forward, our shoulders are down, our arms are up. Our feet are nicely grounded in the mat. And now we'll move into warrior two. So inhale. And then exhale as you open, adjust your foot, bring your palms down. Look over your fingertips on both sides, your arms straight. Feeling a nice flexion in your leg. Okay, dropping your back arm to your leg. Let's bring palm up to the ceiling. Create a nice long stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in one more time. And let's open back up to warrior two. And then we'll go into reverse. Extended angle. Think about creating that long line and that long stretch from your ankle all the way up to your fingertips. Every pose, if we can take a couple of breaths, it'll really maximize the value of the pose. So one more inhalation and we'll exhale as we come up, I guess. Experiment with that. Triangle pose. Inhale as you reach to the side, and then exhale down to whatever point is good for you. Open up the chest as you bring your arm up. And breathe. Very good. And then you might bend your knees slightly as you come up to help protect your back. And bring your hands down, heel toe back into our mountain pose. I was thinking about trees and how they are such good examples of being grounded in the earth, being strong that's how we need to be as we're thinking about our life while we're pregnant. It's just being flexible in the body, in the spirit, and in the events of the day, just going with the flow. Things don't always go as planned. So let's go into tree pose. Lean onto your right leg. This becomes your trunk. You might wiggle your toes a little bit and then push them into the mat, becoming aware of your balance and your weight being distributed evenly between your toes and your heel. And you're engaging all the muscles in that leg. You might put your hands on your hips to remind you to keep everything facing forward. Bringing the other leg up a little bit onto the toe and releasing some of the weight there. You can draw your toe in to your ankle, pulling your knee out. And this is a great, stable, prenatal version of the tree pose. And inhale your arms up. And meditate for a moment on the tree. How you can be flexible. If you have a desire to engage a little more, you can always bring your foot up your leg a little bit, or more of a balanced posture. Don't put your foot over your knee, just to protect your knee from injury. Your hands can be anywhere you want. Breathing in, breathing out. Awareness, purpose. More inhalation in, and we'll exhale our arms down and our foot down, shifting our weight to our left leg, wiggling those toes, grounding into the mat, just like the roots of the tree. It's firm and solid, engaging those muscles, making sure your back is aligned straight, lifting that heel, dragging the toe in to whatever level you want, wherever you want your arms. Breathe in. Closing your eyes makes it even more challenging. Lots of variations. One more inhalation, and let's exhale back down to the ground. And now let's go into one of my favorite poses for pregnancy is the goddess flow variation. We're going to take our feet out beyond our shoulder width. You decide how far you want to go, but just heel toe it until you find your spot. And we're going to inhale our arms up into a star pose, just letting your shoulders drop but lift your ribs up, holding that, and then exhaling down to goddess legs. And here we can bring our arms down into cactus arms. I like this one because it engages the arms and helps you to give them a little bit of exercise and toning today as well. And in fact, why don't we do a few bicep curls with this? Inhale up, and then clenching your fists, flexing your biceps, come all the way down, elbows touch your sides, and then lift straight up. Open your hands, inhale, and then exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. hands down all the way around the baby. Give the baby a little hug. And inhale up. And maybe you're just collecting all the love around you in the air. And then you're bringing it into the baby. Hello, baby. You are loved. You are welcome. Soon you'll be coming into the world. And this time, we're going to stay down a little bit and just rock the baby. So you can just straighten one leg. It doesn't have to be all the way straight. Whatever you feel. We're just doing a gentle back and forth. One day that baby's going to be in your arms. It's going to be beautiful. Keep breathing deep, connecting, and let's come back to center. Inhale all the way up. And then we'll just do a forward fold. Spread your arms as you come forward. And you may stop halfway down. Noticing your hamstrings, how they're stretching and how good that feels. Take a breath and exhale it. And do one more. And then let's just drop the hands down. If you have some yoga blocks, this would be a great time to put them out in front. It creates a lot of space for the baby. It allows you to put a little weight in your hands and less on your back. Breathing in and out. A few breaths in this position. Now we'll just walk the blocks back. Get our weight back onto our feet. Bend the knees slightly as you come on up. But let's inhale and bring our hands back here behind our back just to give a little support. And open up the chest, look up at the ceiling. Get a little back stretch, a little groin stretch. And then come back to the neutral spine. Heel toe back to the center. Back in mountain pose. We'll take one more inhalation up. And then let's just put our hands on right above our knees on our thighs. Bend down into a chair pose. And this is something you could do during the day to relieve some of that back tension that you might have. Is just get into your chair. Be stable with your arms against your thighs. You could even roll into a cat, back to neutral, into a cat pose. If you want to go into cow, that's an option too, just to have a little more rotation of the pelvis. Drawing your shoulders in and out, you're giving your scapula and your upper back a little massage here too. Very beneficial. Keep breathing as you do this. Exhale on the cats and inhale on the cow or neutral spine. Alrighty, we're going to take it all up. Come into your straight back. To end up today, I would like to get back to the mat. So you can do that by bending down one knee at a time. It's probably the safest bet. Or using a chair as a guide or your blocks to help you get down. Here we are, ready to go into a tabletop. Here you can use your blanket if you want to support your knees if you need that. You can use your blocks tabletop that's a little more straight up top, but you still have the benefit. And you can use it at any angle, at any level on those yoga blocks. When you're in tabletop, it's a great time to just rock back and forth. Feeling all that relief. Just getting a nice fluid motion going. What works for you. Mix it up a little bit now and just go in a rotation. Circling your hips. One way to think about it. Breathing deep as you go. Another way you can think about it is circling your shoulders. And that kind of gives you a different awareness and maybe a different sensation. Let's change that up now and go the opposite way. Another option, if you have a step stool, a small step, you could use that. You could also use a chair. All right, coming back to our neutral tabletop, we'll just do a variation of a bird dog. Our hips are over our knees, and we're going to straighten out your right leg so it's straight, and just feel the stretch. And if you're in your 2 weeks from birth, 2 weeks from birth part of your pregnancy, this might be all you want to do, is just feel that stretch. Or you might put your weight in your bent leg a little bit. Make sure your knee's under your hip, and then lift that back leg up. Lift your opposite arm up and just hold for a breath, for 2 or 3 breaths. If you feel like it, you might pulse that back leg up a little bit, up and down 10 times maybe. Other option is bend the knee and lift from that point from your knee straight up. Keeping your hips level. And when you're done, coming back into that tabletop, take a deep breath here. Maybe we need to go back into child's pose just to take a little break. When you do that, remember that your knees are way out towards the edges of the mat, and you come back. Maybe you take your block and you use it as a support under you. You might even put your blanket and support yourself in that way as you come down into child pose. Bent arms, straight arms, head down, head on block. Lots of possibilities, but the point is you get comfortable for you. Let's come on back up to our tabletop. I'm gonna move these guys. We'll do our bird dog on the other side. So noticing that your knees are under your hips, your wrists are under your shoulders. You stretch your opposite foot back all the way, and you could just leave it here and put your opposite arm up and have a nice stretch in that way. Go ahead and you can curl your toes under your other foot or have it flat, whatever gives you the most stability. Lift the other leg up and just think about your form of creating a line from head, fingertip to toe, and holding that and breathing. Maybe you want to pulse that leg up and down, gazing at the floor, keeping stability. An option to bend at the knee, flex the ankle, and lift up and all the while breathing deep, exhaling fully as you go. When you're done, release everything back into the tabletop. Maybe do a little cat. We'll walk our hands up into a little pre-camel pose. All we're doing is kneeling here, putting our hands on our lower back to give us support, and we'll just barely tip back. There we go. Opening up the shoulders and chest. And just, if you want, you can come up and back a little bit just to engage those quad muscles. Very good. Nice. And remembering to inhale and exhale in those deep breaths. Bring your arms down and then inhale it up. Really lift. And let's do one arm, I'll turn so you can see. One arm up a little higher. Then exhale, and then lift the other arm up just a little higher. And we're just working our way off of the baby's head or foot or whatever is poking you right now. Working our way up. And then exhale those arms down, keeping everything nicely aligned. We'll sit back on the mat.
Do the others.
Sit down on the blanket and we'll work around here. Okay. In your nice, easy pose, you might have your feet just laying out in front. Actually, I have one more thing I want you to do. So let's go into our cobbler or butterfly pose. Your feet can be out here in butterfly, back here in cobbler. Get comfortable. The idea is to sit nice and evenly on your sits bones. Have that long spine, shoulders are down, and just lean forward and let that groin area open up and relax. Maybe you use your elbows to help push it down, push those legs down, breathing nicely, nice and deep, and exhaling, letting it go. This might be a nice opportunity to give your feet a little massage. Give them a little thanks for all the work they do, holding you up right now, getting you around. Just rub those toes and rub those pads of your feet and your arches. Lift your feet. And now let's go back into the easy pose with your feet just comfortably in front. If you really want to stretch, you could put one up in a parallel pose. With your hands on your knees, if you want, you can cup your hands in a receiving gesture. And we'll end up in a little meditative state here to begin with. If you want, your hands can be at your heart, connecting to your heart center, or receiving with your hands open on your chest. I invite you to close your eyes and inhale, tuning your awareness inward as you breathe in and out through your nose in a complete cycle, holding your breath at the top or the bottom. Tune into how you're feeling focus your breath there and just let it go. Just relax it away. Think about the tree who's rooted in the ground, who's firm, is constant. And yet it's strong as the weather changes, as the wind blows, as the sun shines down and gives warmth and light. We also could receive warmth and light from God and powers around, divine power. Ready to receive, ready to use what you receive in positive ways. Like the branches in the wind, you can be affected by what's going on around you every day. You can be flexible, let go of your expectations, embrace new challenges, new situations with curiosity, with interest, with love, gratitude. All the changes that are happening in your body, you can embrace and let them be, and just feel the wonder of it all. It is such a miracle that you are the home, a beautiful, warm, loving home and space for this baby. How is it that your body knows how to do this? It's truly wondrous. If you look at it with the magnificence that it is, you'll find a lot of peace. So I'm going to leave you with those thoughts. I encourage you to just keep breathing, thinking, enjoying the moment that you're in right now. This phase of life is so singular and so special. Just continue as long as you feel comfortable and ready. When you're ready, just blink your eyes open gently. Take a few deep cleansing breaths. The light in me sees and honors the light in you.